Welcome my friends back to Marvel Snap. With the dust pseudo-settling here on the era of a movement, we have Ghost Spider, and Silk that have both been released into the game. This deck has emerged as a champion for the movement archetype, and I had to break this one down. I have always loved the style of deck here, and this one is really its mid-level competitive in the meta. We are actually cutting Heimdall from his own archetype. It is wild, but he is so predictable and restricting in terms of his ability. We're finding more success in being able to finish out with Magneto, Leader, or Aero, especially when teed up alongside the Wave. The Wave Cloak combo is our golden turn 5 to be able to reactivate some of our movement cards, hold the opponent to only one card, and then be able to either copy what they are playing with the Leader or rip them into an undesirable location with the Aero. I love the options that we have here, throttling the opponent in the final turns, and in the early game, we can create incredible tempo with our movement engine pieces, Dagger and Vulture. The other activators here give us a lot of flexibility in terms of where we position our cards, in terms of being able to play around restrictive locations. That is one of the main boons here with how many decks that are running Storm. We can normally set up a movement carry. We can play Cloak on turn 4 and then bring an enormous Vulture over to be able to silence the enemy at that stormed out location. If you don't have the Ghost Spider and you don't have the Silk, then you're looking to be able to run other movement synergy cards. In place of Silk, I would go ahead and run Human Torch, and Human Torch is absolutely fine to run as long as before every match you say a wording prayer that Killmonger won't come and ruin your day. In place of the Ghost Spider, you could either run Beast to be able to try and pick up a clump of cards to get reactivations that way. It's a little bit tight with the energy, and especially with Beast being a 3/4, it can be challenging to run, though it can find success. You also have the Doctor Strange as an option for you, pulling the highest power card from your line, just another way to be able to get that reactivation. And if you are cutting Silk in favor of Human Torch, which is going to be a little bit cheaper, then both Doctor Strange and Beast fit more easily into the curve of the combos that we want to play. Because again, in the early game, we want to be setting up Dagger and Vulture with as many moves as possible. Shout out to the Kraven as another amazing scaling piece here for movement. Into the mid game, we want to be able to activate, start scaling these pieces, get a good evaluation of the opponent's deck and the locations, how we can capitalize on them. Then going into the end game, we want to set up a Wave combined with either Miles or the Cloak on turn 5, throttle the opponent with Aero and Leader in that final turn to be able to maintain our lead. It has been a wild week here with the release of Conquest. I have been streaming it every single day, and it has been oh so much fun to be hanging out with you guys and doing the Conquest runs. I still feel like for the deck guides, it's better to be recording on Ranked Ladder, because that way we get into multiple different deck matchups much faster than Conquest mode, where I could be investing hours and just play High Evolutionary, right? This deck has its High Evolutionary is able to just steamroll everything at the moment, right? This doesn't have too many counter matchups. This deck is able to hang in there if you get the right draws. It's not immediately lights out, but of course, you're not going to be favored up against High Evolutionary. Still, if you're looking for something different, this deck can be very surprising to them. And with the capability of Leader able to yoink the Hulk, and Magneto able to reposition something like the Thor or the Lockjaw, even the Cyclops and the Storm that they have set up, you can really surprise them with some incredible win factors. Let's go for Vulture, Fisk Tower. Great if we find Magneto. Aero also gonna have a field day here. Or do I want to play Iron Fist to be able to knock Vulture? All right, let's think about this. Iron Fist now to be able to Vulture on 4. He gets kicked. Then turn 5 is Miles, Cloak. Do I want to top deck anything to be able to squeeze in alongside? I mean, that's okay. It's a great big Vulture to be able to solo win one lane. Just gonna have to find where the rest of the victory is coming from. Yeah, sure. All right, let's try this. They are Kitty Nova. It's inviting disaster to be playing Kitty and Killmonger yourself, but suppose I respect it. Now we have the Dagger. I think Vulture is still the way to go, but you could Dagger and then Cloak to then be able to move Dagger yet again. We'll go for Vulture. Yeah. Get the +7 because you're bumping up on the Kraven as well. I like that. It's just a good turn 4 with the discount on the Miles. They also have Jeff. Playing him on Fisk Tower is a good move. It gives you the mental freedom so that you know you're not going to move him into a dangerous situation later. Alright, so this is Cloak, Dagger, Miles. Right, yeah. And then we'll see where the chips fall. Wish that we had Wave. If this was Conquest mode up against the bounce, multiple times, run back-to-back, first to 10, I think that Wave is the ticket that gives us the dub. Didn't find him here in this situation. It's a lot of power on Wakanda. A lot. Pick the kitty back up. I did find the Magneto. Oh, man. Is Magneto going to be able to pull Bishop for the kill? Would Aero be able to do better? Find out next time. No, we're going to find out right now. I'll play... Dagger scales beautifully. I wonder if I need to leave Vulture as potentially the tallest card at Monster Metro to pick up that win. I think I do. I move Kraven. I move Dagger. Vulture, buddy. Hang strong. I know that they can stack a lot of cards here. They got Hitmonkey, they have Mysterio, they have the Kitty. They did not play Hood. They probably want to play Killmonger too. Maybe they're not going to be able to completely fill up any locations. I wonder if they're going to be surprised about the Magneto. Movement has gone through a number of different evolutions. Magneto has been in and out of the deck, so it's hard to be able to say what to predict, but Aero and Magneto are certainly tools that are within the realm of possibility for a move deck to be playing. Magneto kills. Beautiful. Or Bishop. There we go. Leveraging this power to our enormous advantage. Is there a world where I could have gotten... Oh no. By 2? Hold on. Hitmonkey. Vulture gets it done. Ah! Magneto stack. Let's go. So we're running Ghost Spider and we are running Silk. How much value, how much priority are we really putting on these cards in terms of token acquisition or value of the battle pass? I think that Ghost Spider is actually a very flexible card. I could see her getting run in both the designated movement package that we see here and other mid-range decks that are going to take Ghost Spider, Miles, and then a couple other, maybe one of the movement engine pieces, maybe 2, and be able to do great work right there. Invisible Woman, you're either Hela or you are Patriot. Hell's Kitchen gives me beautiful Iron Fist. That's what I wanted to see. I can go Iron Fist into... I can clone Iron Fist. Hold on. I can play... Yes, Iron Fist. No, clone him? Yes, clone him. No, clone him. I play Iron Fist, Dagger. Dagger gets cloned. I then draw something. She scales. I play Cloak to be able to still reposition cards. I don't know. Cloning the Iron Fist actually feels really good. Let's do this. Never mind. None of them are going to be cloned. Well, good thing that we still have the Cloak. Now we get our card draw. We'll be able to make do. Scarlet Witch. Scarlet Witch, Kitty Pryde, Invisible Woman. You're just running Invisible Woman because you can? Like, what's the game? What is the end game here? I'm fascinated. But I will play Cloak, and I will play Kraven here. I can reposition Dagger to be able to stack up. Then I want to limit my opponent to just play with Wave, and then I want to Magneto to win at Monster Metro. Stop me if you've heard this one before. Alright, but we were talking at the beginning of the video about, or this match, how much value are we putting on Silk? I think Silk is good to buy even for the Series 5 price, but I just put a much lower priority on Silk versus a number of the other cards that are being cultivated and held there by the developers. I would say, as I move Dagger to be able to scale and then drop, is it just Wave? Or is it like a series of plays here? I could prevent you from being able to use Invisible Woman. Why do you play Invisible Woman? So I would say that you should buy High Evolutionary, Thanos, Iron Lad, and Jeff prior to Silk, before you were going for that token expenditure. And at that point, you're looking at Spider-Ham and Spider-Man 2099 potentially as other very desirable acquisitions if you are a movement fan. And also if the weekend missions that are going to give you a token rebate for buying the latest card are good. That's a big tell this weekend. We're going to see how strong those weekend missions are in terms of rewards. And that could skew a lot of card purchasing advice. I don't know, maybe the Aero is just like really fun here, but they're kind of balanced. We play Wave. We play Wave all day, every day. All right, let's take it to him. I didn't come to take prisoners. We're gonna play Wave. Kitty Pride will get stuck in their hand. I would love it if you just play Kitty here. You know, I did just think of this. The Invisible Woman is incredible tech if you want to play Kitty on an earlier turn and keep her on the board. You can play Kitty on turn 5 and she'll stay behind the Invisible Woman. That is, maybe that's why they're doing it. I guess she's also ongoing protection for something else, but they haven't played anything. Like, the Invisible Woman has been a bait, a trap. They have the pixel art and everything. Now if I do this, I just win, right? I think so. No. If I do Aero, I just win, right? Guaranteed. They play one card. I move it to this spot. In before they slam Dr. Doom down my throat. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, you know his Range Academy is good for us. That's great for us. As an early flip here. Oh no. Webcam. Little princess is acting up. Right. We're gonna fix it on the fly, guys. As I play Dagger mid. My hope is to be able to move something this Range Academy and then have that move it on turn 5. Alright, where are you? Don't worry, guys, I'm right here. Get this one back up. How we feeling? Little light flash, little lens flare. Shot by J.J. Abrams. That's how you know it's good. Nope, we're out of focus. Alright, well, not to insult J.J. too much. I think I just need to go Vulture here, because I have no repositioning pieces in sight. Hey, now we're focused. There's the cloak. There's the cloak. That's what I wanted to see. Be able to move the dagger back. We got Miles for free? Nah. Ooh. Some witch action. Alright. Well, I do still want to play dagger to be able to scale her, but now I don't know what the rest of the things that I want are. I could play Aero to drag them down into the mud with me. I could play here to Sakaar. I want to be able to play Leader on Quantum Realm later on, so I guess I'll leave an open spot at Necrotia for now. Play something like this. Yeah. Have Dagger ping the Witch. Oh, beautiful. Dagger gets an extra buff here. That's what I wanted to see. Zabu Witch Lizard. It's the Sera. Yes. Alright, well. Leader might not be all that impressive. But I think... I flip first. It's not like he showed a bunch of 3 and 4 cards that I could use Magneto to all dump into Necrotia. We'll try a Leader. I'm ahead. I have the 2. What am I going to grab? From this version of Sera? Zabu Sera. So the 4s are now 2s. You could run the Hawk package and just dump it on me now with like Hawk, Rock Slide, and Korg all together. Unfortunately, with me flipping first, I would get the Korg. No, I'd get the Rock Slide. But the Hawk would be considered a 0. If he flipped first, then I would get the Hawk. Oh, I get Typhoid Mary. Great. That's what the opponent runs. Yeah, of course. No. Ah. Toxic Sera. I've long said that it's a great deck. People shouldn't have stopped playing it. Well played. The rematch? Ooh. The redemption arc is happening. This is our anime redemption arc. And we have Silk finally to be able to showcase. I wanted to be able to see some High Evolutionary matchups, but maybe I have to play Conquest to do that. Everybody who owns High Evolutionary seems to be playing in Conquest. Makes rank just a little bit more chill. Something to be said for that. Neg zone. We know the guy's got the Luke Cage to be able to win the negative zone. Maybe he won't draw it. That'd be wonderful. Magneto to try and overpower him. Drag some of his cards down to the muck and mire. Silk, Vulture, Dagger. Just would really like to be able to see Cloak. With multiple moves. Go Jeff. Silk slings around. So good. The animation's just beautiful. Second Dinner's been outdoing themselves with those. Here we go. Alright. What is the angle? I guess it's Vulture on mid because you know you want to drag it out with Ghost Spider. Something like this. Then you can even set up the Dagger. And hope to draw. Ooh,
Wind, aid my hand.
Mini Lab. Iron Fist. Wild. Okay, hold on. So I can Ghost Spider here. And I'll be able to kick Silk. I wish I had Craven. Craven is really able to benefit, especially in this kind of situation where the mini lab's locking down one lane. Silk will ping pong back and forth just between two. You can stack up Craven for an extra maybe 4 points. That's some very good Silk value. But then I'll play just Iron Fist over here. So I'm moving Vulture, but then I'm going to punch Dagger later back in and hope to be able to have Silk rest on flooding as well. Yeah, exactly. Exactly right. Storm Jet. She goes right back. The Cyclops. We get the High Evo. And it's gonna shall be delivered unto thee. That's the Cloak. I think I still just have to do this. Not in love with it, but I do get to move a Dagger, who scales by +6, and I move a Silk as well, another 5 points, all onto the flooded region. Is that enough to be able to even say, shut up the Dr. Doom? I think it actually is. Alright, let's see what they've got for us. If only we could have Cloaked as well. Though, of course, Cloak allows the opponent to be able to get in on the games. Thing is good value. Just good value. Up. Can we scale? It's good, it's not great. 11 to 7. Magneto over here is going to move Thing, Cyclops, Storm. Versus Leader, who's going to give me Hulk. Right? How well do our Hulks compare? I wish that there was an easier indicator to say. I know that he passed energy on 5, so did I. On 4, we passed 1 energy. He passed 1 energy. On 3, what did we do? I think we passed an energy, but he played Storm. And on 2, he played Jeff, and I played Silk. And then on 1, we both passed. So wait. Do I actually think that I'm coming out ahead here? I'm ahead or tied. So Leader sounds fine to me. Yes. This is the way. Ah! Yosh! Exactly what we wanted up against High Evo. So here is the deck in all of its slippery moving glory. I love piloting this one, and I'm gonna have to hear from you guys down in the comments. Where do you guys place this one in the meta right now? I'm putting it somewhere in the mid tier of the meta, but compared to all other versions of movement, I think it actually is at the top. It's certainly right up there with bounce movement, and it's incredibly fun, very engaging to be deciding how you close out the game. If the leader is the play, if the Magneto is the play, is the Aero the play, can you throttle them with wave enough? Scaling the dagger, the vulture with the ping pong effect of the Iron Fist and the Ghost Spider together, playing mind games around Cloak, being able to manipulate Silk into the right location where you really need her to have a landing pad. So much fun around being able to use all of these different dynamic cards. If you guys pick this deck up, I hope it earns you many cubes on your climb up to infinite. Till next time, thank you guys for watching. Keep on snapping.